Open Studio live stream here. We're going to work on a mixed media abstract piece again. I'm just going to tape my paper down. This is Canson 7" by 10" 140-pound watercolor paper. I have the rough side up, the textured side up, if you will. I'm going to go ahead and tape this down just so we have those nice finished edges more than anything else. And then we will get started. I think today we'll probably focus on using watercolor and then maybe our acrylic markers. Maybe we'll also include some ballpoint pen. I'll probably do a little less textured work, a little less pastel, a little less acrylic paint, just because we're limited on time. I'm going to try and wrap this session up within about 40 minutes. If you're new to the channel, this is just one of several things that we do on the channel. Our Open Studio live streams, not a lot of talking or explanation, just kind of making art, whatever type that is for that day. You're invited in to join me. Sometimes I do a pretty good job with the chat. Most times I don't, so don't take offense if I don't say hi back. Ouch. Okay. Scrap paper, watercolors, and we'll be ready to go. Actually, I need water for watercolors, so I'm going to get my water. One little thing I'm going to experiment. I have these gigantic cotton swabs, so you can see this frame of reference. The swab on this is about the size of bigger than my thumb, actually. I'm going to tinker with that as a means of creating some interesting shapes, hopefully. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and have my liner brush handy. I think I have a fan brush close by. I do. There we go. This is what I'm going to use here. I'll use my fan brush. And we're going to get some warmer colors going. I just generally like to start warm. Maybe someday I'll shift that up for one of these, but I think it's a habit based upon my primary practice as an oil painter and pastelist. In those media, it's just easier to start warm, move from warm to cold. So, all right, so I'm gonna get my cotton swab loaded up with a little bit of paint and some water, and just, there we go. kind of interesting. All right, well, a few more for good measure. Okay, I'm gonna set that aside. We're gonna blow dry that. Meatballs thrown at the wall. You have experience with that, Adam? Gotcha. I'm assuming it might have been an angry chef. I don't know, but maybe a story for later. It's sufficiently dry. I have a decision to make, but yeah, do I continue with that type of mark, maybe with a cooler color? That might be the way to go, and then I'll start just reacting to what's down on the paper. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to rinse out my water bowl. I'm going to get a new cotton swab, fill this up with some clean water, so whatever I put down isn't necessarily tainted by my nice warm orange. And we're going to get a cooler color going using these same marks. I'll be right back. Alrighty, got my new cotton swab. Now, I always think what a color that goes interestingly well with orange is kind of on the lavender side, or purple. It's a little warm, it's a little cooler. It's not completely cool, but it has blue in it, obviously. So I have to decide, do I want kind of like a dioxazine purple, a lavender color, or a magenta? And I think in this case I might go with this lavender color. No rhyme or reason other than I want just a cooler color. All right. I don't want to think too much with these. The representational paintings I do, where they're kind of semi-realist, maybe slightly leaning toward impressionist. There's a lot of decisions with those. Sometimes no decision is a decision. And that's kind of what we have here with this sort of piece. Okay. Interesting. All right, maybe I'll go into the darker purple here for a few. Interesting. All right, make that the last one. We're going to dry this. All right. Now, let's see. What will work here? Try to shut off my brain a little bit. I have this kind of goldish copper marker, black, white. Let's start with this. Just reacting to what's on the paper. Kind of like it where it is right now. So I'll try to remember this process because I could see how, a whole piece could maybe be based upon just these marks. But for today, we're just experimenting, reacting, kind of subconsciously to what's going on. maybe if there is a goal in this, it's to create something interesting that maybe looks like we've had to work at it a lot, but we haven't. All right. Now back to my watercolor. Use a different mark making process here. Before I do that though, I like to incorporate charcoal. I have this burnt willow vine charcoal. And I actually like to mix up my watercolors with the charcoal. I don't know, there's something about it that I like. So, all right, let's just keep working here. Blending stick here. Okay. All right, now we'll get into let's see, maybe we'll go with a little bit of, we'll go with the magenta. And so I'm going to mask off. There we go. Cover those areas so they're not going to receive the splatters. I'm going to go into some green. chartreuse in this area here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and lift up our masking, a little ad hoc scrap paper masking, and we're going to blow dry paper. And we're going to come back with our charcoal. Now that the paper's dry, just reacting to the marks that are already there. Okay. Take this white acrylic marker. These tend to get abused a little bit. Oh, that one is dry, no good. Let's see. Hopefully this one has some life left to it. There we go. Okay, that one too is maybe instead of white, I'll go with similar colors to that which were part of the original palette. So I think that's what we'll do. my wider blending stick here. And paper's still a little damp there, so I'm just going to tread lightly in this area for the time being. Okay. My markers are shot. It's alright. I could always break out my white acrylic paint, which I didn't think I was going to do, but I might do that today. Before I do that, though, what I've noticed by accident while playing with these sorts of projects, the white watercolor, which I've never really had much use for, can be applied here and offer some interesting effects. So I might go ahead and lay down some brush strokes with the transparent white watercolor here before I decide to break out my acrylics. Oops. All right, one more time with the hair dryer. have an idea, just reacting to what we've seen. I'm going to make some similar marks using these giant cotton swabs, but I'm going to use acrylic paint. So I'm going to set my watercolors aside. And I'm going to stick with those two colors. So the transparent orange oxide and I have a color that's similar to dioxazine purple. There's some crusties in there from the lid. Try and get rid of those. Alright, let's start with that orange. Water it down a little bit. Get a fair amount of paint. And boom. A little bit of a different effect. Doesn't splatter the same way as the watercolor. It's okay. We'll go ahead and do the same thing with the purple. Fair amount of water in there. So the difference is this is kind of a mural paint. The orange was thick-bodied paint, acrylic paint intended to kind of recreate the experience you have with oil paints. So we'll dry this. Probably come over the top with maybe some pastel. And we'll see what happens. was the same tool, just different application. Giant cotton swab, warm white paint, and scratch that up a little bit. Let's see, I'm going to use, to scratch that up, I'm going to use a binder clip. I'm going to let that be for a little bit. Blow dry it. A few touches with probably acrylic marker and we'll be done. Change my mind, maybe a little pastel. This is mostly dry, like it is. Got a yellow ochre type color here. Got a peach color. Actually, this is like a lighter orange rather. with the purple. Prussian blue, or black, almost black. Is this black? This might be black. That's all right. I have that vine charcoal, burnt vine charcoal. That's kind of a neutral gray. So deeper black will be okay. I'm gonna bring some white in. Just a few quick touches. And then maybe lemon yellow. Last bit here. Some white. I'm gonna have time getting it out of the tray here. That's my trusty vine charcoal just to reestablish some of those contrasts. Well, we came a long way from where we started, but we're going to wrap up now. I'm going to pull the tape off and we'll see what this looks like. Appreciate you following along. With any luck, we'll be back again tomorrow. As of right now, I don't have any larger kind of project in mind other than a home portrait that commission that I've been waiting for some information on to get started on, that I should just start. So we'll probably do another experiment like this one, or yesterday's where we did 12 abstract paintings together all at once using crisscross tape to divide up a larger sheet. Something like that or something like this will likely be in store for tomorrow. There you go. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for checking out this live stream. Remember to check out other content on the channel. I have some educational content as well, book reviews, instructional videos. Also, quite a few videos where I take you out in the field on plein air trips with me of all different types, mainly here in the Poconos. Check out those notes for all the videos to see some of the offers that we have. We have a book that's self-published. It's a guidebook for plein air painting in the Poconos. We also have, that's available on Amazon and Kindle. We also have some workshops that we run through Orbital with the Allentown Art Group, and in addition to that, through AirBnb Experience. So anyway, have a wonderful day. Stay well. Hope to see you again soon. Take care.